Today we're gonna talk about a secret bow Ash of War that you probably missed on your first playthrough. I'm gonna show you the easiest way to get it and how to use it effectively. But first, if you end up finding this video useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitch where we stream fun challenges all week long. Rain of Arrows is an Ash of War that can be applied to light bows, and even great bows, meaning that you will be able to take advantage of a plethora of arrows and great arrows, ranging from some that will do more brute damage to others that will be useful to apply status effects. When used correctly, Rain of Arrows has a lot of potential and is definitely an Ash of War that you want to carry around on one of your ranged equipments. This skill is tied to the red main painting, and in order to get it, you will first need to find this piece of art. Starting from the south part of Celia, town of sorcery in Caelid, you should be able to find the painting by doing a right turn in one of the first buildings. Now the picture features a structure in Radahn's arena and basically pinpoints you to behind the Dragon Barrow Earth Tree, also in Caelid, an area that you usually access by coming all the way from Bestial Sanctum, or much better if you start from Fort Faroth. The objective is to get to the platform below, and even though you can do this with a lot of parkour involved, it is very risky and it has a very big chance of you becoming very frustrated at this. Fortunately, there is a very easy solution to this, as we have a spirit spring just behind the tree, and this is what we're going to use to make our way down there. You want to make sure that you hop on your horse and position yourself towards Radahn's arena. Start running, and this is very important. Make sure that you jump at the very edge of the spirit spring circle, and with the help of your camera, make sure that you get close to the pot on the edge of the cliff and jump again before you hit it. If you do this correctly, you will land on the platform below, taking no damage and avoiding unnecessary and risky parkour. Walk up to the spirit of the painter, and as you get close, he will disappear, allowing you to pick up Rain of Arrows. There's a golem guarding a rune arc to the side, but if you don't engage with this enemy, and trust me, you don't want to, you should just be able to travel back to wherever you want to. Now, like I mentioned before, you have two options with this Ash of War. You can either use it for damage or to proc statuses on your enemies. If hitting hard is your main purpose, I would recommend getting the Great Bow in the Highway Lookout Tower in the Altus Plateau, alongside various great arrows to rain down hell on your enemies. For the highest damage output and for most of the time, you will want to focus on the great arrows themselves, or if you can get your hands on some of those rare golem great arrows, that will make it even better. The regular ones have the big advantage of being available from the twin maiden husks that the round table hold after you give them the patches bell bearing, but like I said, if you get your hands on some golem's great arrows, they will deal almost double the poise damage and create an AoE explosion when it impacts the ground, blowing away most human-like characters. If you are interested in farming some of these, I would advise to have a high discovery stats, and you can boost it by having the Silver Scarab Talisman equipped, and also by having a much higher arcane stat than I have shown in this video. For me, the easiest place to farm these is by going to the first Site of Grace in the Altus Plateau, killing the archer golem that you find guarding the city in there, and then teleporting to the same Site of Grace and repeating the process until you find as many arrows as you need. Again, keep in mind that this is a very rare drop, so you will definitely want to have a high discovery stat. And even then, this can still take you a while, but the good part is that you can also drop the golem's great bow, and you will at least get the regular great arrows almost every single time. Now, this is an Ash of War that will work better on larger enemies and ones that don't move that much, but you can also use it to take care of clusters of enemies and even animals that can be useful for crafting materials. If, on the other hand, you plan to use Rain of Arrows to proc statuses on enemies, you will want to make sure that you get as many materials as possible and craft as many different types of arrows you can, as this Ash of War will be very useful to inflict poison, bleed, rot, frostbite, or even sleep on enemies, bosses, and even players that you find throughout the game. Bows and great bows are tied to the strength and dexterity stats, so you will want to level these as well as upgrade your bows / great bows as much as you can to get the most damage possible. But you definitely don't want to overlook a very important part of making this all work: the talismans that you have equipped. You can use the Red Branch Sword Talisman, the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Jar Shard for more damage, but you definitely want to make sure that you get both arrow talismans, especially the arrow's reach one. Without this last piece, this Ash of War becomes much less viable as it gets almost close to no range. So getting this talisman is vital if you want to make this a build that works for both PvE, PvP, whatever your needs are. If you end up finding this video useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitch where we stream fun challenges all week long.